What is up, good people? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Nice to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. I am working on this piece of orchestral music. There's a long story which I've written down, and that'll be live on Patreon in a couple of days. But for now, I'm just quite excited to be here. Today is Friday. Yeah, that means it's time for the Friday freebie. Well, not yet. We're going to do that a bit later. Today I'm going to just continue with this lovely, gentle orchestral piece for the podcast Fall of Civilizations. So today's a bit of it's a commission stream, but just for the first hour, and then we'll get on to the Friday stuff, which is just more fun, more beatsy, and I'll end off with releasing a free Ableton Live template to Patreon. So even if you're not a paid member, you'll be able to download that and remix it, have fun with it, screw around with it. I always like to include as much live instrumentation as possible, except for the violin. So I got burned yesterday. I learned yesterday that when you whip out a violin and start playing along, firstly, it doesn't sound good because you always need a warm-up if you want to play a violin. You can't just whip it out. And secondly, it's just not great for streams, man. It's just people who show up at these streams, or we're music producers mainly, we don't play violins generally. I don't play that well, and it just scares people off. It's not very relatable. So I'm not going to be doing much of that in the future. I think I'll just keep that to myself, unless I get mandated by the community to whip out the violin more often. I'm going to treat it as a way to get rid of people, because that's what it did yesterday. The stream numbers just plummeted the second I started playing it. So I will try not to be insulted by that. And yeah, let's get on with this piece. I've got this section over here. Let's take a listen to this. We'll just get into the stream stuff quickly. There we go, cool. And this is the live violin part here. Sounds not very good, but it just adds a little layer of something. Just gotta do some volume automation real quick. There, it just kind of sticks out a bit, so let's take it down there. I know these dots isn't the best way to do this. And then we've got a very, very gentle reverb coming out. This is proto-verb I'm using. I want it to be 100% wet. There. That's actually all I want, is just that. Very wet channel. There, it comes out a little bit hard, so I'm going to have to take that down. Let's just let's get to this, just the violins, and I'm focusing on... Okay. And then you can hear the actual ending where I hit stop. So let's focus on just this one piece today. I've got Reaper in front of me. This is not Ableton today. Maybe I should change the name of the stream, just so that it's not confusing. Live producing Fall of Civilizations. So, orchestral music. Home at last. Okay, cool. Let's just change that and get that on the ticket. So cool. Just got a little bit of a dip here in the volume. Let's take that and apply it here too, so we can get nice smooth volume. Or why not? Okay, technical issue. I'm just going to do it manually. I'm so out of touch with Reaper, but I do love this program. I used to work in this all the time. There you go. Nice gentle reverb on that violin. A little bit too high there. Turn the whole thing down basically, because at this point in the song everything is like very, very gentle. Okay, cool. So now we can get back to the second step, which is EQing it. So I'm just gonna hit up the mixer here, and I've got a re-X comp, which is a multi-band compressor. I've already got that kind of squashing the highs a bit, but let's just nail it down a little bit more. And solo out the violin. Should actually be soloing out both the violin and the effects to hear what the actual wet signal is too. There, that is with the multi-band compression, which is what I want. That's without. it sounds like it stings a bit more. So I want it to sting as little as possible. This is music to die by. Funeral music. Okay, so it sounds fine through my cans at the moment, but I feel like it's going to sound quite different when I do it through the monitors. At this stage of the production, let's get that flute up a little bit more, I think, yeah. Not too much more, okay. Okay, and then we'll do the real fine-tuned stuff later. So for now, I am going to just go straight ahead to the mixing stage. I think I'm done with composition now. I've got a little bit of violin in there. I've got one or two flute lines and some of that lovely percussion, which just sounds like an army marching forward, in line with the theme of the podcast, which is the fall of civilizations, the ups and downs of human conflict and economy. I'm going to just apply a general purpose preset to it now using Ozone 5, which is what I use. I don't see the point in updating just yet. Orchestral master, that sounds like a good start. Never used that one before. Let's give it a listen. So I'm going to A-B it now, listen to it with the orchestral master on and then with it off. One thing I need to do first, I think, can I resize this GUI? No, I can't. Okay, stuck there. So I'm just going to hide it. Let's just stick it right here so I can access it there. Okay, cool. From the top, which is here. It's going to obviously be a lot louder now, so I've peaked the... That's cool. Now I'll just skip ahead to the meat of it so I can hear what exactly is going on here. It's a terrible start. It really doesn't sound good, that violin. I think the whole thing needs to come forward a little bit, actually. It's okay to have a little bit of mystery in there. Not everything has to be explicit. This is a bit loud. Basically, I don't want the violin to be very audible. I want it to very much be in the background. It's almost like just for me, it's for my own knowledge, like just to know that, put a bit of actual live violin into this piece. It's a personal thing. Okay, it was a very ad hoc type of part. I wasn't aiming for very high with it, basically. Basically, we can get rid of all of these extra violin tracks. We don't need them. And in fact, we don't even need the bus, so I'm going to stick that up one level. I think we did it like that. Take it up and let's see how it sounds now. If we just go straight into it's just louder, basically. Cool, that's fine. Get rid of the original violin channel, except now I've lost all of the no, I haven't. Okay, cool. Reaper's clever enough to copy the volume automation up with the rest of it. Okay, kids. Looking good. Hopefully it's all cool on your end. And if it's sounding good on your end, let me know how it sounds. And then we'll get into... I mean, it could be a lot more, but I'm just really just keeping it on the easy and breezy feeling side now. It needs to come down there. Then we go right into the sort of posthumous section. Okay, cool. Now, I did have some reverb and delay on this, some lovely reverb and delay on this piano. but I opted to turn it off. No, that's not true. I made a mistake and I let it go off on its own. It's a bit too much clashing. And this piano is incredible. What I'm looking at is the settings for Noir. If we need some felt noise in there. No, definitely not. We don't want it to be mechanical noise. No, that's that chick chick sound, pedal sound. I find these pianists so amazing. So they've got microphones everywhere. When they create these libraries, they mic up the piano with maybe like 60 mics, and then they get every single feed from those mics converted into one of these parameters or multiple. So for example, you could turn the pedal volume up because there's 2 or 3 mics just at the feet of the pianist. And it must make you feel hell of a insecure if you're playing a piano and there are like about 60 mics in front of you. That's really impressive, and gives you a lot of confidence in the ability of the music to move people, which it translates into, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you as a composer are feeling that the music has depth, then that somehow converts into the music itself. All right, so this is going to be an opposite type of stream. We've got the most gentle, heartbreaking piano music to start, and to end we're going to flip over to this section behind me over here and play a bit of the more that's a keyboard, but this type of thing. Not that you heard any of that. I'm going to figure out a way to get that over to you. So that's cool. Nice one, kids. Let's get on with it then. Do you have to get that off there? Yeah, that's fine now. All right. Okay. So we've got this. Yeah, the piano piece is sounding pretty cool. Feels good to me. And let's give it another listen. And we're listening for faults here. I'm going to turn off my mic and I'm going to listen through the speakers so I can get a decent monitor reference here. Okay, let's do a bit of work on these strings. I want to hear more warmth and bottom end in the string part. So I'm going to introduce a single cello. I've got a great sounding cello patch. It's Tina Guo. I can introduce that right now. Let's stick it right here under strings. And yeah, I'll stick it right over here. So what am I doing? I'm producing the orchestral version of Fall of Civilizations. The title track is called Home at Last, which I composed for the podcast a couple of years ago, and it's the podcast has blown up. So I approached the organizer, the showrunner, to actually I approached him to just ensure that he was crediting me in the YouTube videos, but he generously responded by paying me a nice figure for the piece, and has also commissioned an orchestral version. So that's the story, that's the backstory. Point is, it's nice to revisit this awesome piece of music, which I wrote 4 years ago, and now I'm sort of putting a reprise together. And it was originally just solo piano, and now I'm adding hopefully a tasteful amount of backing. I don't want to overdo it. Let's see how this sounds. This is Tina Guo cello. Let's just play this a bit. There we go. Cool. Lovely recording there. I'm sure I need a bit of real estate here to see what's cooking. So let's cello. I'm going to do the solo first and then see how that plays. So turn off the master send and just make sure it goes to the pre-master. Thank you, everybody. Cool. Now take it down. No, this is the register we're looking for, the sort of lowish end. Okay. So I'm going to play along now when the strings come in, which is, if I'm not mistaken, here at this marker called strings. Sorry, I know the Patreon bar is in the way. Let me get rid of it. Okay. Around about here, we need something like this. 2, 3, 4. So those 4 chords are G, G7, E flat, and D. So we're going to just play that line. Let's hear how it goes. No, it's not. C minor. Okay, cool. Let's get back on that then. Let's play that. And what was it down here? Okay, take it down. What do you think sounds better, lower or higher? Or even just something different, so maybe change. Okay, let's do that. Okay, take it in. Here we go. Keep going with that, but let's just peg it there for now. Just put a pin in it for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, kids, making progress. The overall volume of the cello should come down a little bit. This F stands out a bit for me. Then we'll time it so that it lands on the piano change, the piano chord change. 3, 4. So from here, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Sort of empties out a little bit, leaves space for the winds, so the cello's come and gone now, and everything sort of simmers down a bit. The winds are a bit overpowering right now, if you ask me, even this. I think the winds must just come down in volume. Okay, let's do that. So this whole section where we come in with the winds, plays through, and then the cello ends over here. Alright, cool. Stick it back there. Okay, let me say cello out. So that's a cue for the winds to come down in level. I think the strings might actually need to come up a bit here. This one here. I think sorry, we need to clear this envelope. This is the, yeah, that's fine. The one thing I've learned is that if you've got a contact instrument like this one going into a sort of a bus track, then it's better to edit the volume of the instrument itself, because then you can use the bus track as a sort of secondary layer. You can do a lot of minor fine tuning of volume automation in the bottom track and the sub track, and then if there's anything major that needs to be done to the entire bus, then you can do it in the major one. In other words, if you're going to do fine tuning, do it at a lower level, because that way you still have the option of doing more broad edits at the higher level. If you do it the other way around, you do fine tuning at the high level, then you limit that option. Okay, so what I'm doing here is taking the volume of the winds and just dipping them as the cello ends. There's a gap that gets left, and the winds are sort of overpowering it a bit much. That note is where it ends. And I've also just yanked that down 12 dB, which I shouldn't have. Okay, start again. Mixing winds. We're too loud. I'm going to change that note to dun, dun. I want that to be dun, 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 down, not up. That might be part of the problem too. I'm hearing higher things louder, which is how it works according to Nyquist. I want to get this off next week, so it's still not gentle enough. Let's just bring that right down. We could also have more. Nothing should be like, it stands out. You know, it should just be like pure chilled. Okay. Okay, I'm crunching a little bit here. I think it might be the RAM. Or is it the audio buffer? I don't know. Yeah, it's downscaling it. Okay, there we go. That's sounding quite terrible. Gonna take the flute up a little bit. Let's just. Here we go. Flute and oboe. got 2 layers there, and at that point we can actually just tail out with a nice low long fade out. Excuse me, fade out. That's weird. It's not actually fading out there. It should fade out. Still a little bit more there. Okay, cool with that. I'm going to bounce it, but not now on stream. Right now, let's change tack and get into some live-ish stuff. I want to do some fun stuff, and this is pretty much done. I don't think there's much more to be done here, which is great. Fall of Civilizations Reprise is mostly in the bag. I'll do a backup of that, and let's get old Ableton Live open. Cool. Hopefully this doesn't crash anything. I'm going to set this stuff up in the meantime, and let's add something here. I want that's better. Yeah. Okay, let's go with left screen. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I don't actually need the camera for this, but anyway. Okay, let's screw around with some beats. I'm going to make a really cool and chilled out housey sounding thing. Let's get first you get a restream up here. Make sure y'all can hear me. So there should be, yeah, there we go. That was pretty easy. That worked out nicely. I came up with the other day. It was a D minor. Okay, let's see if we can get some nice sounding stuff here. Let's just lower these frequency high freaks there. Cool. For this, so let's bring the little guy out. Okay, here we go. 2. Let's get some cool chords. Let's go with the minors, the E minor, there we go. Which is a G, so we're going to... This is the chord. other day, just 3 chords. Okay. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Record that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like this. 2, 2, 2. That's the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. We're going to do 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4. That's 8 bars, and we want to duplicate that. First, crop the clip, and 2, 3, 4. Crop it. Excuse me. Why did you not crop my clip, bro? There we go. I've lost all those beginning notes because I cropped it with the automation not in place. A little bit of admin going on here. We got to do that. Okay, cool. Then you lose that nice feel where it rolls in. Unfortunately, I'm going to take it to here and then crop the clip from there. Okay, and then start it there. This is actually a problem to be solved, how to allow for that nice rolling in of sounds without within the loop environment, within cropping it. Okay. 2. This is a bit like high for me still. I don't like that last chord. Let's just leave it like that. Cool, let's leave it like that. Turn off the click. I'm thinking like some type of broken beat thing. Okay, let's get these guys up to their proper lengths. Okay, I'm going to just hit save while we're starting out here. I think you can save while recording. This is called 24:05:24. I'm feeling a little bit like just tender today, I guess. So I'm going to write this kind of thing. We'll do a drum rack for sure. Let's get not that. Something like that. So I'm going for something a bit poppy today, you know, let's try that out. I mean, I'm inspired by all these artists who blend acoustics and okay, let's try that Crystal Clear kit. and we'll just get a nice house beat going, see what kind of sounds we can get with that. All right. Moving into composition of poppy type stuff territory. Hope it's all good with everybody today. Switch that to the pre-master, and we'll just take that down. We can always augment these beats later, but let's just... slower than 123. Let's try something else. Not sure about this kit. Okay, we're just going to find another kit, something that feels nice. Something that comes bundled with Ableton, because we release these types of royalty-free packs which are portable. I always release, that's the one, that's good, yeah, that's the type of vibe I'm going for. Why does it sound so different? Right, I'm losing the bottom end, that's why the other one sounded bad too. Okay. Here we go. That's it. Okay, let's get this going. I'll need the click for this. Cool, just coming up with some stuff. We've moved on from Fall of Civilizations music to more of a Friday freebie, sort of fun giveaway pack of nice chilled out summery type music. So right now I'm writing that, as you can see, 3, 4. Now I'm going to just quantize that real quick so everything's perfectly on the beat. I do like this chord progression. I was screwing around with it on the beach the other day with my guitar. My cousin gave me a guitar, very inexpensive thing that I use when I go for hikes and beach walks and stuff, and often you end up with like these little moments where you come up with stuff. Okay, let's throw that in right away. I know there's a lot of this type of music already, but I'm going to be like throwing my own swing on it. There we go, I've got that loop down. Now let's get over to the next step, which is quantizing that. I also want that to be 100%. And I want all of these guys, just for peace of mind, to be a little bit more long. Cool. Alright, so that's a nice start. Now we're gonna screw around with some beats over here, shall we? Okay, we need this guy open over here. Should hear my piano. Cool. So we've got something down there. That's pretty rad. Now let's move on to the next stage of the equation, which is finding the nicest loop. And I think that's going to be the last 8 here. That's going to be. Just take those out of there. That should be 8 bars, not 7. And we're gonna. There you go. Okay, top. Piano. Let's get a nice delay on that piano. This beat's not really doing it for me, but that's fine, we'll get back to it. Nice little keys part there. We'll get some guitar into it now, so that's fine. Okay, I did write I came up with a bass part the other day. 1, 2, 3. I came up with a bass part the other day. Not a bass part, but a method of sending MIDI to a bass part. So we're going to say MIDI goes to the Focusrite, and that means when we send MIDI out, it's actually going to trigger the synth on my right. I'll show you that. Cool. Alright, so I'm sending MIDI from Ableton into this synth over here, which means that I can now write. Let's just take a symbol line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now what I've got is just a single MIDI clip here, and it's going to start triggering. You should hear this ugly sounding. Let's get that down there. So what I can do now is I can switch back over to this view over here and start tweaking that sound. So here we go, let's try it out. There we go. So I've got a knob right over here. When I push it up, you can hear that MIDI clip starting to be affected. Now this isn't the best musical part, so let's make the part itself sound a bit better. I'm going to do that like this. 1, 2, okay, that's a good start. Let's duplicate that, and I'm going to just take out these 3 over here, and I'm going to drop it down an octave. It's not supposed to be a bass line, it's supposed to kind of be a, you know, that kind of Cafe Del Mar, like where they've got a synthesizer just riding the groove the whole way. It's supposed to be like that. We'll bring the beats back in a minute, but for now, yeah, let's get into the beats right now. Let's just send them to, there you go, that's a nice little, okay, now we're going to fine tune the mix. Let's give it a little mini mix so that we can get into the vibe basically. So let me just give you a heads up on what's going on here. I've got one oscillator up here, which is a noise oscillator. So that's a ring modulator. It's quite nice though. It's got a bit of a vibe. Let's hear it out. So I like that, it's not too bad. So what I'm going to do now is give it a name. This one here, 3-4-N, is just synth buzz. I'll just call it synth, it's fine, I know what it is. Let's see how it sounds if it's an octave up. Here we go. It's a bit rough for me actually, let's just hear it a bit better. Cans up, headphones up, and here we go. Generally, this type of summery, beachy, chill music, you don't want to be using sawtooth and square waves because it's very abrasive. It kind of cuts the ear. So I'm going to just screw around, find a different patch by scrolling through these patches over here, and we'll see what we can find. See, that's a nice mix right there, even though it is technically a sawtooth, I think. Let's take the attack value down. The release knob is gone, so I use a plectrum, a guitar pick, to actually reach in and try and, this is how ghetto my stuff is, try and find the release value. Turn the keys, sustain these. Just going to send a lot of stuff to the reverb sends just to get the feel of it. You're probably hearing this double, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Let's turn that off, double. Okay. So we're just going to record that right now. So we're coming into, this is actually piano. Okay, so where is that coming into? It's coming into 3/4. So we're going to give that another. Now we should be able to hear that. Yeah, I can see the meters over there. Let's just turn this on. Now you should be able to hear it. Got it. So let's record that and call it a synth. It's actually a buzzy synth. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're recording it, as you can see over here. It's a bit low in signal, so I'm going to have to take the volume up on the synth. Here we go. Cool. And that's it. We only need one instance of that, actually. Let's, my gut feel says I've got to keep recording here and just kind of feel it out a little bit and play with the knobs. So once I've got a good take, I'm just going to keep doing it. So here's one good take. And then we can start with portamento, for example, which is going to give us a little bit of high gliding and stuff like that. So I'm going to take up some of these MIDI notes. Maybe I'll just stop recording for a sec. Yeah, just cut that first one over there. That's all we need. Cool, and that's fine. Change that to auto. Now we do a second one. We're just going to screw around with sounds here. Just kind of see what comes out the pipe, basically. Okay, we'll take these two notes over here and just some random sort of selections like that to take up an octave. Cool, now I'll just hike up the portamento on this. And we're going to start getting some bendy sounds like that, which is interesting. That's why we're here today, just to screw around and see what comes out the pipe. This is the portamento value over here, so let's... Top again, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this. Oh, I've got two of them playing at the same time, which I don't want. Okay, stop again, and here we go. This one. Okay. I don't know if that sounds very nice, but we've got a take or two of it. So let's keep on scrolling patches and see what comes out the pipe. This is where you let the hardware do the work for you, basically. So instead of browsing the computer with a mouse, I'm doing some hands-on stuff, playing a little bit, feeling it out. I'm looking for something similar to what I just recorded, but not as sawtoothy and maybe just a bit out of my comfort zone. You know, I'm used to doing things a certain way, but part of these Friday streams is about finding other ways to do things and listening to community feedback. So you guys sit there on the streams and you actually advise me on what to do, and a lot of the time I just go ahead and do it, you know. So So here's what we got suddenly. I mean, so all of us. Okay, we're going to do audio from there. We're going to do that. MIDI from there. Okay, cool. This is quite cool too. What if we put that with a hectic delay on it? Let's see what that sounds like. So now I've got an audio part. So it's taking audio from the synth and it's passing it into Ableton and it's putting a bit of delay on it. It's the same exact part, it's just a completely different angle on it basically. Drop a comment in the chat if you're interested. In fact, let me load the chat up. I think it's time for you guys to start adding your 2 cents. Throw your hat in the rings. Tell me what you think. I'm quite interested to hear if this is the right sort of sound, where I should be going. Let's screw around with some more patches here. See, that immediately to me, that's got potential for bass. I haven't got a bass in this tune yet, per se. So let's do this. I'm going to duplicate the bass line. Duplicate it once, and then take the second half from the note G down to the note E, which is the minor. And I'm going to turn these notes into A's, which means they're going to be in line with what I've played on the piano. So let's take a listen to it now. Okay, good. So it's all good except for 1 or 2 things. That's nice. I like that. You should be able to hear that. Can't you? You can't hear that. Okay. Okay, let's try here. Just conscious of what you can and can't hear. Okay, so that's cool, except it's got a bit too much delay on it. For a bass, you don't really want to be muddying things up with delay if you can avoid it. This to me is outside of my comfort zone. This is too weird and wobbly for me. But I think I'm going to run with it today, kids. That's what these streams are about. Okay. You come up with cool stuff when you get out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to take a chance on future listeners and users of this, because I'm releasing this as a template. This goes into the Friday freebie pack. If you want to know where to find that stuff, check the feed. The link is in the channel description, YouTube channel description. Look for bit.ly/JB0. That'll take you to Patreon, where you can download the stuff for free. Consider becoming a member, free or paid, if you like this kind of stuff. Okay, cool. Let's do a take of this. I'm going to label it bass, and we're just going to throw it in. Here we go. You ready? 1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Record. There she comes. Bass line. Oh yeah. I love it. And 1, 2, 3. Playback. That means I can now end the MIDI. I can end the MIDI of the. There goes the bass. Drop the bass sound. Okay, that's cool. That sounds good to me. So I've got a nice framework here. It's just 3 chords, G minor, A, and E. Came up with this progression when I was sitting on the beach the other day with a guitar. And now I'm going to grab a guitar and play very simple parts. Nothing like, just, all I want is just a nice chilled out kind of everything's okay kind of guitar feeling. So give me a second to grab that. Take a listen to the music. If you've got any suggestions, drop a comment. You're wondering where I went, that's what that side of the room looks like. Oh, it looks quite cool with that blue light. Oh, wow, dude. Portal to the cybersphere. I ordered a tripod. I'm not going to be doing this screwing around with a tripod. I've had enough faffing around, kids. Okay, cool. So what are we doing? In case you're wondering, this is just my way of connecting with you guys. Other producers show up here on Fridays. I stream every day, every weekday, 2 p.m. UTC. So it's mornings in the US and evenings in Beijing. And I give away a lot of stuff in the form of templates, Ableton Live templates, and I put them under this Creative Commons license, which means that you can adapt them and remix them and kind of even release them as long as you credit me as the original author and anyone else along the way who's made contributions. It's open source music. Okay, so this will be available by the end of today. I'll put this up in the free Patreon feed. And you can download it and screw around with it on the weekend if you want. So now's your chance to let me know what kind of music you want to screw around with, because I'm about to write it for you. Let's get a guitar channel up here. I think I've got one under my stuff. My utilities, guitar, bass. I don't actually want a bass, I just want... Okay, let's just throw a bass in there, it's fine. So I've actually misnamed this, I must rename it. It's not a bass, it's 2 guitar channels and a... okay, well, that's a nice little ending there. Okay, just screwing around here. Okay, we'll get back to that in a second, folks. Just one memento while I do the necessary housekeeping on this. There we go, cool. Audio to pre-master from the bus, and we're going to do bus input 1. Now you're going to hear me full of reverb, so I'll get rid of that. Double. Okay, let's play it again. Now we're in the key of G, so I'll be up here. One thing I've learned, no matter how good it sounds out the box, just run it through a tuner. So I'm going to do that right now. You do have to tune every time you have a guitar, and I'm actually going to save this. I'm going to save this as a bus with the correct naming. Okay, here we go. Yep, looking good. Oh, that's right in the pocket. I like that. Quite similar to last week's one. I did a similar summer housey type stuff. This is the type of music I grew up listening to. Kind of took over from Cafe Del Mar when I finished traveling. I got into this kind of stuff. This housey, chilled out stuff. And I'm old now, so my opinion doesn't count, but I still enjoy it. Okay, let's try this. It sounds a bit like church music, but that's fun. Cool, there we go. I'm happy with that. Let's just get a nice little record going here. I'm going to also just amp it up a little bit closer. Do a take. 3, 4. Squeak. There, and we'll take. I think the last one or two were good. I think it was actually this one here, and the other one, which we're going to put in the stereo, is the last one. So let's hear that. I'll pan them left and right straight away, so we get a nice stereo field, and also just helps me stay motivated. I love it when you get the feel as you're playing, like you get to reward yourself with that kind of stuff. Okay, here we go. Turns out the piano was out, so cool. So I'm not done with this guitar yet. Let's give this another part, and something like. Generally at this point I like switch picks from a soft pick to a hard pick because that gives me a bit more ability to play lead lines.
I'm going to get into just a solo vibe here. I'm just going to screw around a bit with the guitar. Looks like I've lost Ableton dudes. That was a horrible crash. We were doing so well. I do hope that it saved that last guitar part because it was one of the better ones, right? It should have, because it writes the file to the directory as it records it. So even if it's not in the set, it should be in the temporary recordings. Sorry about that. A little bit of technical stuff always happens, and it's quite embarrassing, but we soldier on. I'll take this opportunity for a water break. What would be cool is if any one of you would just mention if you can hear what's going on and if the stream doesn't sound totally shit. Yeah, cool. Looks like the guitar solo's there. Yay. Right, there we go. That's got delay on the voice now. I'll have to just change that. I was in the process of finding a good delay. I'm going to use echo because it's lovely. Diffused long cascades is the name of this preset, and we're going to chuck it in there. Okay, let's hear that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Let's lose some of those highs. To be a let's take that right up there. There we go. Just doing a bit of surgical. There's a big squeak coming up. Fine, just a bit loud. It needs to be more like subtle, I think. Cool. All right. A little bit of mixing. We're keeping this in fun mode. And we can always screw around with that later. But for the most part, it's just about enjoying the process of making, basically. Okay. If we were gonna do a bounce of this, what I would do now is this does actually work. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna keep this in just as a really low. I want to just alter the EQ of this a little bit. Let's grab an EQ.
I want to grab this, basically the same EQ, just cut out all the lows and just leave space for very specific frequencies. This is the kind of a... I mean, I'm just monitoring through headphones here, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to get too deep into it. It just gives it a little bit of like mid-range, I don't know, just like a growl, like some texture or something like that. Okay, kids, cool, having fun here. This is good. Now let's write another MIDI part for use in our pads. We need a pad section now, so I'm gonna just flip it over to here. I do when I write other parts, complementary parts, counter melodies, whatever you want to call them, I look for gaps in the main melody. So right now that guitar solo part is holding the fort, and I'll either fill in the gaps or I'll underlay it with something else, so like this. Nice repeating motif here, I like this. I'm gonna go with this. Okay, let's try it again. I screwed that up. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's nice. So this patch is working quite well. So this is Don't Fret on the clipboard over here. It's called Don't Fret. This one over here. Let's change it up. I mean, that works well because it's got the African sound in there, the marimba. So I'm just scrolling through patches on this outboard, so the synth over here called the Roland X Station. There's some glitchy stuff, there's some organic sounding stuff. I'm just trying to find something that works with this part over here. See, those types of marimba patches would work quite well in a track like this because it's got that beachy African summer vibe. I mean, that's one thing I know how to relate to because I come from a beachy African city. That sounds a bit gamey. I'll just read out the patch names as I go. Fifth Smiths. This one's called Fifth Smiths. See, now you come up with unexpected stuff. Like this to me sounds nothing like the MIDI part that I've just recorded. The best way to compose is with your eyes closed, actually, if you can.
See, this is good because it's really neutral. Epic. It's called epic. Okay, let's get epic in there. Okay. Going with this. It's not working. Damn. Just realized it's not going to the group. Shit. Now you should be hearing the guitars. Scrolling patches, not something I give myself a lot of time to do. I usually rush through things, but right now I think I'm just going to give myself the time. Hope that's okay with you guys. See, I'm a sucker for these kinds of 90s sounds. Oof, that's loud. Portamento on this. It's starting to sound a bit like the sound that I'm going for. Let's get some. It's not really where I'm exactly what I'm going for. It's just kind of in the territory, but not really exactly there yet. How's that sound? Okay, so yeah, I moved on a little bit earlier from orchestral music to this stuff, the Friday freebie, feel good, sort of summer vibes. Right now I'm just about to record this this part over here, so you can watch me do that. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, there it is. It's a very simple part, and I'm triggering this outboard gear, this synthesizer, which is then feeding audio back into here. So you should be able to see now some stuff being recorded, and I'm going to play it back. 3, 4. There we go. So now it's in the door, so we can actually play that back. It's sounding quite nice. It's the right tone, I think, for this song. Very gentle. I'm just going to cut off some of these highs on these guitars, because all of them are going a little bit crazy right now. This processing here, the acoustic, so the EQ should be actually on the master there. There's a lot of squeaking happening, so let's just roll off those tops. There we go. So it's nice and gentle. Okay. This track will be released as a Creative Commons Ableton Live download by the end of today. So I'm going to release it to my free Patreon feed. If you're interested in remixing it, doing anything you want with it basically, then just check out the feed by the end of this hour. I'm going to have it up. It's just a kind of a groovy little starting point for anyone who wants to mess around with some nice beats and not have to pay for things to get going. So beginners, if you're a beginner Ableton producer or you want to feel like one, here's a good place to start. Okay. So right now all we've got is a big loop, and what I want to do is just kind of bring these parts in one by one. So I'm going to traditionally just bring in the bass a bit later. The guitars are also part of this kind of rhythm section, so I'll bring them in later. And then the key. So we'll start out with just this kind of keys and not the counter melody, just the keys. That's it. Keys, piano, and this kind of very subtle synthesizer over here. I want to just accent one or two of these low harmonics. Okay, that's fine. Also, there's a little bit of track delay required here. I'm going to just take that down 50 milliseconds just so we can get that punch. Okay, so that's how we start it. Now we bring in let's just try a bass piano with the kick loop. The kick should not be coming in right there. I know where the guitar comes in. The guitar comes in a bit later. So that was not the right arrangement. Let's try here. So from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now we have to edit the beat, which I'm doing now. I'm just taking out the kick and the snare. So we just got this kind of introduction, high shaker part. This is how you kind of start one of these tracks. That's very nice. I'm also going to write a string part in a bit, and we can use that here in the opening credits. This is what I just called it by mistake. Alright, and now we take this thing that we're currently listening to, we create a copy of it. So you Control-Shift-I in Ableton will duplicate it. So I'm going to duplicate it underneath itself, and I just want to bring the guitar solo in for the second round. So from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We'll do one more of those. 1, 2, and then we bring the guitar in. Track volume. Just want to get rid of these seagulls, as they call them. This one over here. This is a bit of boring editing stuff, but I'll be done with it in no time. A little bit of gentle, sort of summery vibes. No, it's not there, it's here. That's it, yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Getting there, kids. Nice little squeak there. I'm going to take out these second two because I don't like the way it clashes. This is every second time it happens, it's playing a G over an A. And cool, there you go. double this and just get rid of the second half of this entirely. Okay, cool. Four. Okay, we'll bring the guitars in this. It's scene 1, which is just basically the introduction. If you'd like, I'll show you what's going on in Ableton, but it's nice to also just see the gear a little bit. So that's scene 1. After a couple of those, we bring in guitar solo. And we let that play through once, and then we go to, we bring in bass and guitar strumming. That's cool. And piano. And lose the keys, and then we bring the keys back in, and the piano back in, and the synth and the bass, and everything basically. We'll put these two synths here, we'll put the bass over there, let's put, bass over there, and then we'll put kit over here, we'll call it kit. I'm going to be exporting this and releasing it as a free download within the hour. That's actually a Rhodes, piano, synth, and the MIDI which controls this outboard synth over here. Okay. And then we go to the next scene, which is I like that, but it just needs a bit more reverb or something. Nice little ambience and space. We'll just take out that for this section over here. Now traditionally with this type of music there's a big breakdown in the middle, so we're going to be doing a break over there. 3, 4. 3, 4 top. Very simple. I mean, you can put your own vibe to it basically. You can put your own beats to it or whatever. And I think that'll be pretty much everything for now. Okay, cool. Okay. So I feel like I've bait and switched everybody today because the title of this stream is Live Producing Fall of Civilizations Orchestral Music. That was like an hour ago, and I kind of finished that for now. So I just moved on to what I'm calling the Friday freebie, which is just, very cool chill out music released as Creative Commons. So you can download this Ableton Live template once I'm done with it in a couple of minutes. And basically do what you like with it. I am happy to contribute this type of stuff to the public domain. And sorry, it's a little bit two completely different styles of stream happening today, and that's just part of what I do here, I'm afraid. So if you're here for Fall of Civilizations, fear not. There are 2 or 3 other streams back in the feed where you can check out what I was busy doing last week on that stuff. Otherwise, just enjoy the beats and drop a comment, say hi, let me know what you're up to today. Otherwise, I'm just going to get on with this. Okay, cool. That's it. Let's do a bounce of that right now. So here we go, starting here, bar 9. Let's take it up to the top. My little controller. Cool. And here we go with a bounce of the entire track. Hopefully no pain involved. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. It is a little bit churchy, this music, but hey, whatever. So we do one take of this scene. As you can see, it's recording over there. We the next one with a bit of guitar. Not the best recording, but anyway, fine. It'll do. Now we get into the meat of it. 2, 3, 4. Bit of guitar playing there. Cool. Do 2 of those. 4 of those at least. One, 2, 3, 4. There comes the kind of keys back. Track delay to add into this counter melody. Very simple beat, nothing fancy here, kids. This is like a 90-minute challenge, so I don't have time to, get too fancy. And then we go down one more, 4. What I'll do right before the end is just mute out a couple of things, as if it's a low frequency cut, like a cut off. Yeah, this is what Fridays are about for me, just preparing for a good weekend and letting go of the week and the stresses of the week. Hope I can pass on some of that good energy to you today. And that's it, that's the whole track. And we just go to a little outro here. One more. Okay, and that's where it should end, right there. Okay, take it to there. Yeah. And I did do 1 or 2 guitar outro moments, so this is another trick I've learned for ending tracks. Always have a little closer. So what I've done here is I've got a outro chord in this one, this solo part over here. Okay, let's get that up there, and then just I'll take this one here and just edit the outro section. Oh wait, it looks like I might have deleted it when I cropped the clip. Okay, too bad. No closer section. I can always record one. Let's just record one right now, actually. It's nice to have an ending to a track. Whoa, that's loud. Okay. What am I doing? I'm just quickly doing the outro. This is literally the last chord of the song, and I'm going to just try and avoid double mic. Let's just kill the very dangerous delay unit. Yeah, let's end it on that. Just a really sweet, sort of like I love you in the sunset on the beach type of ukulele moment, if I can call it that. And I'm going to do it just by looping an outro chord here. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. Get that old closer chord right there. Let's flip back to mic. Oh no, sorry, I double mic'd you guys there. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom. That's it. Now we just gotta make sure that it's there. Okay, we don't actually need the there. Cool. To crossfade, quick crossfade, and then repeat that, but start it earlier here, to be exact. There. And then actually, yeah. There's a bit of a that squeaky sound is not necessary. It's here, it's in this one here. Cool, that's fine. I just don't like the way it ends, slightly differently timed. Okay, there we go, cool. I'll take it right to the end here, just listening to the cool, that's it. That's the end of our little bounce there. Cool, so I'm happy if you are. This is the end of the stream too. Thanks very much for being here if you stopped by. Sorry about the title not reflecting exactly what I'm doing. Generally, I do a number of things on any day, so if you came here for Fall of Civilizations and you were disappointed, that's my bad. I'll work out a way to not let that happen. And then, in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to just put this up on Patreon, as I always do, and make sure that you guys are able to download and edit it for no charge or whatsoever, so that we can all share the love of Creative Commons music together. How does that sound? Okay, very cool. There's our set. Saving it now. Today's, it doesn't have a title, but oh yeah, I wanted to just bring this down. Cool, it can come down. Alright, that is it, kids. I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes getting this bad boy up in the Patreon feed. Thank you very much for being here today. I will be back Monday next week for a four-day week of streaming. I'm away on Friday, and we'll be here online 2 p.m. UTC, making music, sharing Ableton Live templates with the community, and just keeping everybody busy doing creative, constructive, and positive shit, because there's a lot of bullshit out there, and I care about people who make music, especially you younger guys. I want to help you guys figure out what's up in life. That's why I'm here. So drop a comment if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace out, homies. Thanks very much. I'm going to just let this play just one more time while I pack up. Adios.